So when it rains, it pours, and it has been pouring for so long when it comes to all of these stores shuttering, whether it's grocery stores, retail, or even banks are now closing.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. How are you doing, my cousins? Happy Monday to you. I hope you had a great weekend. So we're going to dive right into it because I have a few things I want to talk about. But I want to let you guys know that if you are prepping, if you don't want to say prepping, if you are preparing and stocking up, getting what you need in your home, congratulations. You have decided to take control of how you live, how you provide for your family, and know that you don't have to wait on anyone to come and help you do it. So kudos to you. Keep doing what you're doing. I see you. Your family appreciates you, and I appreciate you for being here each and every time you come to the channel. Thank you to those of you who have shared out the videos, who have commented down below, who have left tips for each other. I see those tips in there, and they are some great ideas, things that I didn't even think of myself. That's why I say leave it in the comments, you guys, because you are truly helping someone. But we need to really keep digging in there and being worker bees and busy squirrels out there gathering our nuts and doing what we need to do. So lots of things are happening. Let's jump right into it. So do me a big favor, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Watch the video all the way through. All those things help you to push these videos out and get to more and more people. So we're going to start off with what is happening here in the United States. So many people are dealing with hunger at this moment as we go into the holiday season of Thanksgiving this week. A lot of people are struggling to figure out how they will have a meal on the table that resembles Thanksgiving meals. And we need to keep those people in our thoughts and our prayers, and anything you can do to help them, whether it's donate to a food bank, everything counts. I will be doing that this week as well. As soon as I get done with this video, I have to go downstairs and get all of my bags and stuff together to take items to the food bank. Many of those food banks are struggling, however. A lot are having, donations money-wise that they would have been getting. Those things have decreased to a certain degree because more and more people who are actually helping the food banks are actually in need of help themselves this year. So prices are continuing to go up. We all see it when we walk into the store. I just had a whole conversation with the guy who came out to put our propane in, and I will have that in here as well. Just a snippet of our conversation because it just turned to that. We were talking about other stuff, but you guys, it's on everybody's mind. Everybody's thinking about the same thing. When is it going to get better? How much longer can we endure this? And what will have to happen before it gets better? So, it is very serious for a lot of families with smaller children. I worry about them, and I worry about the elderly who depend on the food banks, who need so much assistance because the monthly check that they may be getting is not enough, or the food stamps they may be getting is not enough. I remember when my mom, just months ago before she started living with my sister, she had to deal with her check not stretching out, and depended on Harvest Hope Food Bank in Columbia, South Carolina, because the food stamps that they did allot her was like $18. Yes, it's one person, but $18? Could you imagine if that's what they're getting right now with how much food costs? That's insane. So, we should just take the time, when you see your neighbor just say hi, strike up a conversation. Don't try to dive into the business or anything like that. You'll find just in casual conversation, people will kind of tell you what's going on with them and where their struggles are, especially if they feel like you're a person that they can open up to. But that being said, stock up your pantries, your cabinets, your refrigerators, your freezers, because food shortage is about to get hecka real, okay? Hecka real. And the price of it is continuing to go up. I don't care what they say in the media. I don't care what the president say, anybody else say. These prices are not going down anytime soon. Expect high prices of chicken, pork, beef, and so on and so forth. Vegetables and fruits as well. Now, over in Germany, back in August, I think I did a story about this, but I'm going to bring it to your attention in case you didn't see it. So Germany got the approval back in August to turn down the heating and the lights this winter. Y'all, they're already dealing with being cut off. And I'm not going to go deep into that. They've already been cut off with a lot of things, and they're already struggling. So it says prices have risen 70% in 2022, and it's expected to go even higher as winter goes on. Heating will be considered a luxury. Do you understand that? A luxury, something that we just flip on and go on about our business. The story says Germany's public buildings are to become cooler and streets darker this winter under energy-saving measures approved by the cabinet on Wednesday as part of efforts to protect the nation's gas reserves to offset throttled deliveries from Russia. It's funny how other countries are trying to protect their reserves while we just dwindle ours away by sending it overseas. Shouldn't we be protecting ours? Because if we need it, it's feared that we won't have it. If any kind of imminent danger is here threatening us, that we may not have enough fuel to handle that. So I can't imagine getting to the point where our government decides that they want to approve that they want to be able to control the heating and the lights. Like the lights will be turned off at a certain time of the day, as well as the heating at a certain time of the day. And it's usually like 5 p.m. Until the following morning. And that is insane to think that people don't have a way to heat themselves. Whoever can't afford wood, because the price of wood has gone up extremely high over there, to the point where people are actually stealing wood. People are going into forests where they're not supposed to be chopping wood and getting as much as they possibly can to try to keep their homes heated. So let's start. That's something that we need to also think about here in the United States is what if restrictions are put on our heating and our lights and how much we are using with all of the smart devices that we have. I know a lot of people are like, well, how can they do that for every single home? How can they do that? Well, they can come in and install these things on your meter where they can control it. They can see how much the usage is, or they can just have the said brownout is what it's called, where they control the outages. They're turning the power off as opposed to just a blackout happening. Because what's going to happen is the surge of everyone using their heat this winter could actually cause blackouts. Okay, so in this next story, we're going to talk about what I normally talk about, more store closures, you guys. It's just not an ending situation, and it will continue to get worse 2023, 2024. So the Earth Fare, which is a grocery store, if you don't know, they're mainly based in the Carolinas. I know that there's one in South Carolina I go to because it's across the street from school I used to go to, high school. They had closed like some years ago, and then they reopened it. And I was like, oh, that's odd, because I hate that they had closed, because I would get my black seed oil from there and some other stuff. So the Earth Fair in Charlotte is closing after only being open for 2 years, you guys. They have other ones in Charlotte, and they have 12 employees at that particular store. They do have 12 employees. They said that they did offer them positions at other locations. But that being said, that's another store out of another community that is gone. And they said that the reason is because of geographical location. You would think that they would research those things before they build and put things into the community just to strip them away. But more and more people are losing their jobs. And right around holiday time, I mean, anytime is bad, but holiday time especially is bad, when the price of food and gas and all this other stuff, clothing, has gone up. And now you have this worry where, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my lights? How am I going to pay my water? Also, there's another situation that's going on with a grocery store, and more stores are going to be doing this. So while these stores are closing, you guys, we got to just keep stocking, prepping, whatever you want to call it. We got to prepare as best we possibly can, that we have the food that we need in our home in case of emergency, like what they're dealing with in Buffalo, or what they dealt with in Texas when they had the big freeze and you couldn't go outside. You want to have those items in your home, the things that you don't think about on a daily basis. And you want to make sure you have a way to heat your home, a backup plan for that as well. Try not to become overwhelmed with all of the things that are happening. I know it is easy to do, and it's difficult, and you're probably tired of hearing about it. But I'm letting you know so that you can be prepared. You don't want to be left out in the cold, no pun intended. But winter is upon us. It is freezing already out here. We're in the 20s here. I mean, going out to do chores, my hands are frozen. Doesn't matter if I have a glove on or not. My hands are frozen. So we're not even deep into winter. We haven't even hit it yet. What is winter going to look like for us? So prepare now while you still can. So months ago, I told you about all of these different stores that were going to be closing, and Macy's was one of them. So I'm going to refresh that story because it's back in the news. So Macy's will close 125 stores by 2023. Now, this was said in 2020, and then they said it again in 2021, 2022, and they have been closing stores, you guys. They have been closing them, but they are expected to close 125 stores by 2023, lay off 2,000 corporate employees. Can you say that they are, when I say they, I mean that the higher ups are lying to our face when they say that the unemployment rate is dropping? They must not be counting these people. From all of these stores that are closing, that's really weird. Where are those numbers coming from? I keep asking that. So the story reads, years of sales and traffic declines appear to have finally taken their toll on Macy's, which revealed plans to close 125 Macy's and Bloomingdale's stores. The closures would account for nearly 20% of the company's 680 plus store footprint, including 30 closures that already had been announced in January. So when it rains, it pours, and it has been pouring for so long when it comes to all of these stores shuttering, whether it's grocery stores, retail, or even banks are now closing. And while, yes, they are opening up a few more stores, they're opening up expected 4 more stores in like the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. But guys, that's not gonna cover all of these stores that have been closing left and right. Also, we have the Gap that is closing Banana Republic locations starting next year. The company has already confirmed closures for 2023. So the reason that they're given is saying consumers have been moving away from malls. Retailers that made their home there have been taking quite a hit. In fact, notable companies like Sears, Macy's, JCPenney's, and Dillard's have all closed a huge number of stores over the past few years. And now Gap is getting ready to do the same with some of the Banana Republic locations. So apparently for a while, Gap has been working to bounce back, but they are still having financial problems. So this was announced in September. I did a story on that in September of this year, that it will be cutting around 500 corporate jobs from its workforce. We've let our operating costs increase at a faster rate than our sales, and in turn, our profitability has declined. And finally, what I'm going to remind you about is that the Dollar General and the Family Dollar are closing locations starting December 3rd. That is just a week away, you guys. So if these stores are affecting you with the closures, and now maybe you might have to go a little further, try to get some of the things that they're going to have on sale and stock your home up with those things. Because I'm telling you, it's not getting any better anytime soon. So in August, the New York Times reported that two of the largest U.S. chains, Dollar General and Dollar Tree, which also owns Family Dollar, had both seen higher sales and profits in their last quarter, but yet they are still shutting stores down. So you guys, that's it for all of the articles that I have for you today. I just want you to know that this is necessary. This is not to scare you at all. I hope that this puts fire under those who are, not really going hard at it or haven't started at all, to stay encouraged, be encouraged that you're not alone in whatever your struggle and your situation may be. A lot of us are experiencing hard times and having to juggle how you're going to pay this bill or that bill. You're not alone in that. But we have to continue to get items for our home, because in case of job loss or illness or whatever the situation may be, that is the one thing you don't want to have to worry about, is how I'm going to feed my family. And I know I say that all the time, but it is so important, because so many people from day to day don't know where that next meal is coming from. So many children from day to day don't know where that next meal is coming from. Sometimes the only meal they get is the meal they get in school, because they don't have enough to go around at home. So it may come to the point where we need to start rationing how much we eat throughout the day, so that we can have enough to make it through the week to the next paycheck. So you guys, take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please, by all means, share this video out with as many people as you possibly can on your social media, your family members. Just share it out and get the word out there that we need to be stocking up, you guys. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the comments. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. How's it going for you?
Yeah, not too bad. Finally warmed up.
Y'all ain't busy?
Yeah.
I know, everybody get ready for this cold weather.
I'm in the
Second truck? Since today?
Yeah.
Jeez. So how much is it per gallon? $3.29. I was thinking it was less than that the last time, but it was summertime when we did it, so that makes a difference. Yeah. And that's why I told him we needed to fill up in the summertime. I'm like, gee, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And this here.
What is that?
It is a monitor. what it does, it alerts us when you get a 40%.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it kind of has us called, either if you're automatic, we'll come fill you up. If not, the lady she'll call you Monday or Thursday and say, hey, you're at 40%.
Okay. That's what I told them I thought it was. I said, they put something new on there. I'm thinking so that they can know when we're at a certain percent.
Yeah, it helps us so we don't come out here and there's a lot of times I'll go to a house and it's low or it'll be at like 70, like put it in at 70.
Right. Okay. Oh, so this will only go to 80?
Yeah, we only go to 80%.
Okay.
You gotta get
Oh, the air.
everybody's
Okay. Gotcha.
Your son's still bucking up?
Yeah, he's still working out. He just got home Saturday, so he hadn't been working out in the gym yet.
As soon as I pulled up, I remember
Uh-huh.
it seemed like a good kid.
He is so good.
But yeah, that got you to 60%. Like I said, we only go to 80. So.
Because we were at a little under 50, right?
Yeah, it was roughly around 40-ish, between 40 and 50.
So where are we now?
You're at 60, and this is a 500-gallon tank.
Okay.
What all do y'all run?
Just the oven and the heating.
The heating.
Yeah, I'm considering. I've been baking more too, though. But I'm considering wood heat just for backup.
Yeah.
Wood stove for backup.
My dad, he's got a propane. He's got propane, natural gas, and a pellet stove.
Yeah.
he went a little overboard.
Well, yeah, our grill, we can do pellet on that, but I'm saying like for in the house.
In the house.
Yeah, I've been looking at some. I just haven't figured out which one. Because they're
If
not
you
cheap.
If you got a pretty good storage place, them pellet stoves are really nice.
I just like wood. I
just
just like wood.
No, it's just you hearing the crackle noise.
I
and just the
love that.
smell.
Oh my goodness.
It's just buying the wood or chopping the wood.
Yeah, well, we can go to the other homestead and chop the wood. I'm not worried about that wood, but I think I will.
But we do. Our tax actually pretty good.
Oh, so if we purchase it, we could call you guys to come. Okay, gotcha. I'm just nervous that the price is going up for propane. And I'm like, I'm seeing it creep. And I'm like, okay, we need to be thinking outside the box.
It's like everything else. I try to make excuses. I go to the grocery store and I'm spending more than what I used to spend.
I know. Like, we have the chickens, and I've been getting eggs from them. But my husband, yesterday, we went to the store. He was like, well, go ahead and grab those 60 eggs over there. I said, you know that they're $18 now, right? And he was like, well, they're probably going to be more than that in a week or two. So I went ahead on and grabbed them. And as we're walking out the store, it's hitting everybody because everybody will stop you if they see something in your car. Like, I'm leaving out the store. The lady goes, we just had a big tiff about how much those eggs cost.
Yeah, it's just everything. It's solid. But I just think that there has to be a point it's going to start coming down. If not,
I feel like it's going to have to crash. So, guys, this is hitting everybody. You know what I'm saying? These prices. Everybody's worried about the same thing.